You know, it's been a long time, and purposely it's been a long time. I took some time to live life because I was crazy for all those years, working really hard, and doing different projects here and there for Cleopatra, etc. You know, a song here, a song there. And writing with Peter Tagtrin from Pain, Hypocrisy. And finally, we had a chance to do 11 songs and master them, and they're ready to go. Now we're dealing with, right now we're dealing with Nuclear Blast, but we'll see what happens. And it's a more heavy, darker, I'm using a different voice a lot of times because I wanted to get away from everything I was doing. You know, an artist has to change or he dies. So I'm glad that the time period happened, so it kind of put that in the past, and it's going to bring this into the future. And I think a lot of people will be pretty surprised that I have this other voice, you know, that I'm using.
We're all living on the edge of tomorrow. We've been trapped in your lies.
You know, I tried to be a gentleman. I tried to be as nice as possible. I don't want to disparage anybody or say names or anything like that. The point of the matter is, if Sunstorm was never a band, it was a project, my project, and when I walked away from the project, they should have let that project name die, you know, and that should be it. When they came out with Sunstorm again, it wasn't Sunstorm, and I think the fans reacted and erupted very vehemently against what they were doing. So that was my only issue, really, was the fact that, can't you call it another name? You know, just call it another name. But I tried to be as gentleman as possible. Really, I did. Because I had to write two different sort of statements. Because apparently people weren't understanding what was happening on the first statement. The second statement was a little clearer, and I said, look, this is exactly it. It's not that I won't do an AOR record. It's not anything like that. In fact, we found about 10 cuts that I did in Sweden years ago, and they're great AOR songs. So what we want to do is we want to brush them up, maybe put new drums on them, etc., you know, and that'll get released at some point. It was just that we had enough of each other, I think, Frontiers and I, and it was time for me to move on. It really was.
I want your love, your everything I'm dreaming of. You'll always be a part of me. I believe I'll always be loving you endlessly.
I want to come out and do something new. I'm so tired of doing Rainbow, Deep Purple covers or whatever. Even tonight I have to do a few because once you're trapped in that, you stay there. You know, I turned down Dio tributes and things. We have enough Dio tributes in the world. Leave Ronnie alone. You know, it's enough. God bless him. I love him. But at the same time, move on. You know, do something different. So this original material, I plan on coming out and playing all this original material. Of course, you're going to hear people screaming surrender and things like this. You know, can't let you go, because that's the way it is. Maybe some Malmsteen, whatever. That's the way it is. You know, fans come and they want to see what that moved them. And maybe we'll do a few, but I'm concentrating on this new record, start to finish. Well, I'll tell you, I've been suspicious of where it's going for quite some time now, because there's a quote that a guy said once, and he said, God made a lot of musicians, but not much music. And in this case, I have to say there's a lack of originality and authenticity in a lot of the music. Everybody seems to want to sound the same or look the same and be a cookie cutter of each other because this is making it, so I want to be like them. Or this is popular and I want to be like them. I encourage everyone to be original, be authentic, and be yourself. And that's the way music started. When a song came on the radio, you knew exactly who it was. By the voice, by the style, the guitar playing, everything. Now it's kind of meshing into each other, you know. I have nothing against shredding or any of that, but it all sounds like this guy's shredding, that guy, whose band is that, what band is that? Mm-hmm. So I think the future of rock and roll has to reorganize itself into more of an original format. I hope it does, for the sake of the artists, for the sake of the fans, and the music. Because that's really what we need to reach out for now, is give me something from your soul, give me something that's really original, you know? So I hope it goes there. Okay.
Joe, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, man.
I really appreciate it.
Always the best.